Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Me and my husband, we're on baby step 2. We're trying to pay down our debts and hopefully get into a new house in the next year or two.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of run into a bit of trouble. We both have our primary jobs, and we've been trying to each take on a second job. But our first jobs are both giving us some trouble. I work in healthcare, and it's kind of, called moonlighting. It's a big, they really frown on it. They don't want me to work a second job, but I've got debt to pay down, and my husband is working real estate on the side, and when he's on his lunch break taking real estate calls, his boss is in the corner of the cafeteria stalking him.
Golly.
Wow, we've got a very interesting situation. So I think there's no conflict of interest in either one of these side hustles, yes or no? Is there some sort of real, true conflict?
No. I guess my question is, how can I approach or work with employers? Do you have any advice for employers?
I have one. I do, but I have one more question. And then, George, if you need to fact find here. So you're a nurse.
Actually, I work in medical coding.
Okay, great. I'm sorry. I was jumping ahead. So you're in medical coding, and what are you doing for the side hustle?
A second coding position, but just a different shift.
For another company?
Yep.
I love that you're giggling like you're getting away with something. I'll address that in a second. This is so funny. Okay, and your husband does what? What is his job?
He works in IT.
And he's selling real estate in the morning early, at lunch, on his lunch break, and then after hours.
Oh, yeah, because he works 9 to 5, and most people do too. So
okay, so here's the deal. You guys just have, it feels like maybe some unhealthy leaders, but you guys just need to shut your mouth. I feel like you're talking too much or being a little too obvious. I wouldn't be doing real estate calls in the cafeteria first of all, you're not doing anything wrong. It's his lunch hour.
Yeah.
So let's just be clear. You're not doing anything wrong, so I don't want the audience to think, oh, Ken's giving somebody advice on how to sneak around. No, but let's also have some common sense. And if the boss is stalking him and doesn't like the fact that he's got another job, first of all, it's on his lunch hour. So if I'm hearing the truth and we're not stealing from the company, then go out in the car, turn the air conditioning on, or go drive somewhere and sit in the parking lot of Chick-fil-A, for crying out loud, or whoever, and make your calls. So it's nobody's business. So stop talking about it and go do it. You have the right to work as many jobs as you want to. Now, there's a thing going on, George, in America today where people are working 2 full-time jobs. I call that professional polygamy. That's not okay. All right? But that's not what we're talking about, Lyra. Am I right?
Yeah, just part-time.
Well, the point is just go, this isn't affecting my job at all, and just make it a non-issue. Stop talking about it.
They don't have to like it.
They don't have to like it.
You're not breaking any, moral codes. You didn't sign a contract saying that you couldn't do this. So unless you're actually violating a company policy, it's really none of their business.
Okay, so just be quiet about it.
Just move forward with confidence. Yeah, I don't know what my coworkers are doing at lunch. Some of them do side hustles. They're doing some video editing or designing something or doing real estate. I mean,
right.
And we're all okay with that as long as you're not infringing on the normal work hours. It's not unless your work is, hurting because of it. That's when a leader would get involved and say, "Hey, listen, you're not performing your KRA very well. What's going on?"
Yeah, but this is not happening, right, Lyra? We've got all the facts.
Yeah, we're not stealing from company time.
Yeah, you know what? Here's what I've learned, and I learned this the hard way. Some people can get real catty. They can get real nasty when somebody's trying to make their own life better and their life sucks. And it feels like you've probably just been normal and kind of shared what you're doing. And then other people are like, did you know what Lyra's doing? She's working another medical coding job while they're smoking cigs on the back dock. Am I right? Okay, then. So what we do is we don't hang around vultures. And it sounds like you got some vultures in there. And all vultures do is fly around looking for some dead carcass to pick to death and they're just nasty people. And I think you got some nastiness around you. And so what you're doing to remove the debt from your life is awesome. It's going to make your life better. I'd start hanging around better people. And if your coworkers are like that, this is a message for everybody listening and watching today. Stop talking to people that are negative and nasty and backbiting. Just ignore them. Just ignore them altogether. If they've got a problem with you working a second or third job to get out of debt, that's a sign that you shouldn't be talking to them anyway, because they're losers. And I'm just being honest today. There are winners, George, in life, and there are losers.
You looked at me directly when you said the loser part. I just wanted to call that out. I'm kidding. But the other piece of this, Lyra, of the financial aspect is I think you guys might be doing some things out of order. You're saying, I'm trying to save for a house. Really, you need to knock out the debts first, then get a fully funded emergency fund. Then you can begin the process of saving up for that down payment. And I love the intensity that you have to do that, but we just need to make sure we have our ducks in a row here before we try to do 7 things at once and do them poorly.
Yeah. I want to go back into something, George, because I don't want to miss the psychology that is so powerful from the people that we spend a lot of time with. And the audience in this show is trying to do something radically different, right?
It's weird, and weirdness tends to get a lot of
comments.
flashback.
So even on your own journey, I mean, I just want your take here. What's the key? What's the mindset key when you're trying to take on a journey like this? You're like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just getting a second job, and my boss is stalking me?
Yeah, I mean, I did many side hustles when I was trying to get out of debt or save for a house, whatever it was, while I was at Ramsey. And I would go home, and I'd just get to work, and I'd shut up. I didn't need to talk to the coworkers about it. If they were, if it were a friend, I'd tell them. But there's another great resource, Ken. I just uploaded a video today on 20 side hustles, and I rank them with an S tier. So A through F, S is the best for some reason. So go check that out on my YouTube channel, George Camel on YouTube.
George Camel on YouTube, 20 best side hustles.
If you're looking for, and I rank them, I tell you how much you can make, the pros, the cons, who this might make sense for.
Oh, boy.
So go check that out if you're inquisitive.
Yeah,
you want to make some more money.
Come on.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.